So we are discussing about Dijkstra's algorithm, right? So it is used to find a single source, a shortest path, right? Single source shortest path, right? So as it says, as the name itself says, a single source shortest path means we will fix the source vertex. From that particular vertex, we need to find the shortest path to the remaining vertices of the graph, right? For example, yesterday we have seen, suppose if we are having like this, right? And right, suppose this is a graph we are having, right? So here if I take a source vertex as if I take source vertex as a, then I need to find the shortest paths, right? Then I need to find shortest paths between a to b, so a to c, a to d, right? And a to e. You can just see source vertex is a. I need to find that shortest paths of from source vertex to all other remaining vertices of the graph, right? So that is what it says, single source shortest path, right? To find this one, so this Dijkstra has given one particular algorithm, right? By using that algorithm, now we can find the single source shortest paths, right? And also we have seen uh, we have solved one problem, right? And I gave you one problem to solve, right? So what is the answer for that? What is the answer for that? What is the answer? I hope you
A
just
to B 3, A to C 2.
one second, one second. What is the answer? From what is the distance from A to B?
3.
3. Okay. So A
A
to C
2, sir.
2. A to D
8.
8. A to E
10.
10. So A to F
13.
13. Right. So this is what the graph we are having. So A. So here we are having B, and the weight is 4. Similarly, here vertex is C, and the cost of this edge is 2. And from B to C we are having cost as 1. Next vertex D, so B to D the cost is 5, right? Next here E, and the cost of C to E is 10, and here C to D is 8. So here D to E is 2, and here we are having F, and here it is 6, and here it is 3, right? So this is the graph which I gave in the previous class, right? Okay. So first, what is the first procedure? First you calculate weights for all other remaining vertices of the graph. Suppose if I consider this as a source vertex, right? If I consider A as a source vertex, so the distance of or the cost is A is 0, right? So next, what are the uh, fringe vertices we are having for A? What are the fringe vertices we are having for A? Means the vertices which are connected to this particular vertex. Okay, suppose if you are having like this A, and here B is connected for A, similarly C is connected for A, right? So these two are the fringe vertices for A. Okay, fringe vertices, right? So here you can just see B and C are connected, directly connected for the vertex A. Now this these two are the fringe vertices of this A. Similarly, what is the fringe vertices of B we are having in this graph? What are the fringe vertices of B? That is A, C, D, right? Because all three are directly connected for the B. So A, C, D, these are the fringe vertices of the vertex B. Okay, I hope you understood what is this fringe vertex. Okay, so now you update the distance for all other remaining vertices or the cost for all other remaining vertices of the graph. Now just to see, since we are having direct edge from A to B, so 4, the cost is 4, right? And here for the C, cost is 2, right? And here, since we are not having direct edge from A to D, so the cost is infinity or the distance is infinity. Similarly, A to E, distance is infinity. A to F, distance is infinity, right? So now we will select the minimum of all this, right? Now we will select the minimum of 2, 4, infinity, infinity, infinity. So which is a minimum? So minimum is 2, right? So we will select this vertex. So initially we selected A, now we will select vertex C. Okay, we will select this one. So after selecting this one, again you find the fringe vertices of this particular vertex. So what are the fringe vertices of vertex C? That is a B, D, E. Now you update the distance of these vertices, right? If I update this C to B, you can just see the distance of C is 2. So 2 plus, so we will follow. So that is if D of U plus C of U comma V, if this is less than D of V, then what we will do? Then D of V is equals to D of U plus C of U comma V, right? So like this we will update that. Yes or no? So here when I want to update this B, what I will do? I will take this D of U, that is 2, plus C of U comma V is 1. So 2 plus 1 3. So 3 is less than 4, right? So yes, true means I will update this. So I am updating this to 3. Okay, so now B is finished. Next fringent vertex is D. So here similarly, so 2 plus 8, 10 is less than infinity. Yes, so 10 is less than infinite, so that I will update this one. Next this one, so 2 plus 10, so 12 is less than infinity. Yes, so I will update this 12. Now you just check which are the minimum we are having. Now we already selected, right? We selected C. Okay, so we selected C as well as we selected vertex A. Now once we select these, we will not update the weight of this or the distance of these selected vertices. Okay, now you compare with this 3, 10, 12 and infinity. Which is minimum? Minimum is 3, right? Minimum is 3. So we will select this vertex B. Okay, we will select this vertex B. Is it clear? So now once we select this vertex B, now again you calculate the distance of fringe vertices of B. So already A is selected, C is selected, so we will not calculate that. We will calculate only for D. We will calculate only for D, right? So here D means, so can we update this, the cost of D? Can we update? Can we update this one?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the cost of this D now?
8, sir.
8. Very good, right? So because 3 plus 5 is less than this 10. So hence we are updating this one, right? So hence we will update this. So it is now 8, right? So are we having any fringe vertices of the vertex B? No, because here, so it is having A, C, D, but A and C are already selected. So we will not update the distance of that one. Only left out is D and we are updating only that one. Okay. Now out of this 8, 12, infinity, you select the minimum. Which is minimum? Which is minimum? 8 is minimum. So we will select the vertex D. Okay, we will select the vertex D. Okay, if I select the vertex D, now again you update Okay, again you update the fringe vertices distance. Okay, what are the fringe vertices of D? We are having E and F, right? E and F are fringe vertices of the vertex D. Now, can we update this E? Can we update this E?
Yes, sir.
So, what will the latest value of this one? E. So now we are having 12, right? What is the latest value we can get? For D we are having 8 and the cost of U comma V is 2. So 8 plus 2, 10. 10 is less than 12. Yes, yes means we can update this for 10. Right? We can update this for 10. Okay. Similarly, you update for F. So here 8 plus 6, 14 is less than infinity S. So it is 14. Right? Okay. Now we are having two vertices, that is E and F, with E is 10 and F is 14. Which is minimum? Which is minimum? Which is minimum? Minimum is 10. So we will select this vertex E, right? We will select the vertex E. Now we have selected this. Now find out the fringe vertices of this E. Which are those we are having? D and F. So we cannot update the cost of this D because it is already selected. So we are left with only F. Now you can update this one. So 10 plus 3, 13 is less than 14, right? 10 plus 3, that is D of U is 10, C of U comma V is 3. So 10 plus 3, 13 is less than D of V, 14. Yes, true. True means we will update this. So it will become how much? How much it will become?
13, sir.
13. Right. Okay. Next, are we having any other vertices? No, only one is there. So only one is there. Now you select this vertex F. Now you just see. So we have finished the all things, updating of all the costs. Now what is the final cost we are having? So what is the final cost? A to B we are having. So this the final values which we are having here, those are final distance from source to the vertices. Okay, so here A to B, so final value we are having 3, so that is 3. Similarly, what is A to C we are having? A to C is 2, right? Similarly, A to D, what is the value of A to D? Shortest path value? What is the shortest path value we are having?
8.
8, right? So here we got 8, right? Similarly, A to E, A to E
10, sir. 10.
10, and A to F, it is 13, right? Yes, A to B it is 3, A to C 2, A to D 8, here it is 10 and here it is 13. Okay, is it clear? Is there any doubt how to solve or how to find a single source shortest path by using a Dijkstra's method or Dijkstra's algorithm, right? Is there any confusion? Kindly respond, please.
No, sir.
Okay. So let us take a different method. Suppose if the graph is directed graph. Okay. So in the yesterday's class, I told graph can be either directed or undirected graph, right? So now we have seen how to solve with respect to the undirected graph. Now if suppose if we are having a directed graph, okay, suppose if we are having directed graph like this, right? So let us take a, right? So a to b, there is an edge with a cost of 10, and a to c, there is an edge with a cost of 5. Okay, next b to d, there is an edge with a cost of 1, and here e, so c to e, there is an edge with a cost of 2. Okay, and here c to d, there is an edge with a cost of 9, right? And here e to d, there is an edge with a cost of 6. Next e to a, there is an edge with a cost of 2. Okay, right? You just observe the graph here. So solve this by using a Dijkstra's algorithm, or find the single source shortest path by using Dijkstra's algorithm. Kindly remember to find this single source shortest path. Okay, we are having two algorithms. One is Dijkstra's algorithm. Next one we are having Bellman-Ford algorithm. Okay, this we will see in a next class. Okay, Bellman-Ford algorithm. So both algorithms are used to find single source shortest paths. Kindly remember, you go through with the complete question in the question paper, which method or through which algorithm it is asked. Whether it is asked through Dijkstra's algorithm or using Bellman-Ford algorithm. Okay, is it clear? Right. So now the question is, find single source shortest path for the below graph using Dijkstra's algorithm, right? So first, here you just observe the edges are having directions. Okay, edges are having directions. Now, how to solve this one, right? So let us take a tabular form. Okay, let us take the another method or a different approach to solve this one. Uh, Tabular method. Let us take. Okay. So here let us take the vertices. We are having A, B, C, D, E, right? So here usually let us take the source vertex as A. Okay, whatever the vertex which is given in the question paper, if it is asked take the source vertex as a C, then you should take that one. If anything is not given, then you can select of your own choice, right? So let us take, I will take the source vertex as A. Okay, so hence I will take A as first. If it is given take the source vertex as a C or D, whichever it is, so you can take the first one as that one, source vertex. Okay, now here first I will select A as source vertex. Okay, so here selected vertices are selected vertex, right? So first I will select this A vertex as source vertex. I will select this A as source vertex. Now you calculate the distances. Now you calculate the distances from A to all other remaining vertices. Okay. So initially we will be having from A to A 0. Let us take. Okay. So this is the initial distances we are having. Right. So A to A we are having 0, and let us take initially we are having infinity distances for all the remaining vertices of the graph. Okay, is it clear? Initially we are having infinity distances for all other remaining vertices of the graph, right? Now you calculate the distances from A, to all other remaining vertices of the graph. Okay, what is the distance from A to B now? What is the distance from A to B? So the distance of A is 0. Okay, now you calculate the distance of B is infinity as of now. Now you calculate and write here the latest value or the latest distance from A to B. How to calculate? Already we are having a formula, right? That is if d of u plus c of u comma v is less than d of v, then you calculate d of v as d of u plus c of u comma v, right? So here d of u, suppose if I take this as vertex u and this as vertex v, right? Now you apply for this. So what is that we are having? A to A we are having distance of 0. A to B, update this one. You update this. What value we will get? A to B,
10.
10, right? So here 0 plus 10 is less than infinity. Here you can just see. So initially B we are having infinity, right? So 0 plus 10 is less than infinity. So yes, sir, true. True means we will update this, right? So 10 we are having A to B. What is next? A to C. A to C, are we having edge? Yes, edge is there. Directed edge is there. So what is the distance we will get? 5, right? Next, A to D. A to D, is there edge from A to D? No, so it will remain same, right? Similarly, A to E. Similarly, A to E, is there any edge? See here, E to A is there, but A to E we are not having any edge. Kindly observe here, right? So hence we will take this as it is. Is it clear? Kindly respond, please. Is there any doubt?
Awesome.
Okay. Now out of these values 0, 10, 5, infinity, infinity, you select the minimum. Which is minimum? Which is minimum? You just leave the selected vertices. Okay. You just leave the selected vertices. A is already selected. Okay. Now in this 10, 5, infinity, infinity, which is minimum?
5.
5, right? So we will select this one. We will select which is that vertex C. So vertex C has been selected. Okay. Is it clear? Vertex C has been selected. Okay. Kindly respond, please. Now similarly, so vertex C has been, vertex A has been selected, vertex C has been selected. Okay. Now you find out the fringe vertices of this C. Okay. Now you find out the fringe vertices of this C. Which are those we are having? See, C to D there is an edge and C to E there is an edge. So we can update both D and E values from C, but we cannot update this B value from C. So we will take as it is. Is it clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now C is already selected, so we will not calculate again the distance for C. So now you calculate the distance from C to D, because there is an edge from C to D. So D is the fringent vertex of C, right? So we can calculate. Now you update this value. What value will get for this now? What value will get for C to D? What is the distance of D now? See, already for C we are having 5. So 5 plus 9. You can just see for C we are having 5, right? So 5 plus the distance from C to D is 9. So 5 plus 9, 14. 14 is less than the distance of D is infinity. So 14 is less than infinity. True or false? So it is true. True means we'll update this as 14. So now this D is having 14. Is it clear? Kindly respond, please. Online class. Okay. Is it clear? Now what is the distance for E? Can we update this? Yes, sir. E is also a fringent vertex of C because there is an edge from C to D, sorry, C to E, right? So here the value of C is 5. So 5 plus 2, 7 is less than infinity. Yes, we can update that, right? So now we are having 10, 14, 7. We are having 10, 14, 7, right? So which one we can select now? Which one we can select?
7.
7. Very good. So we are selecting the vertex E, right? We are selecting the vertex E. Okay. So now again you update the fringent vertices for E. So A is already selected. We will not take. So B. Are we having any direct edge for from E to B? E to B, is there any edge? No. No means we will take as it is 10, and C is already selected, and D, E to D there is an edge, right? E to D there is an edge, so we can update this value. We just check what value we can get for this D now, because here E to D there is an edge is there, right? What is value we will get?
13.
Already for E we are having 7. So 7 plus 6, 13. So but D we are having 14. So 13 is less than 14. So we can modify that, right? We can modify, and E is already selected, right? Now we are having 10 and 13. So which is minimum in this one? Which is minimum? 10 is a minimum, right? So we can select this 10. So which is that? B. So B is selected. B is selected, right? So next, what is the fringent vertex we are having? For B, D is there, right? For B, D is there. So can we update this D value now? Is it possible? Is it possible? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
What is the latest value we will get? Others, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಪ್ಪ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? 47 members are there in this meeting. I'm getting 1 or 2 voices. What is the latest value of D now?
11.
11. B, we can update this to 11, right? Okay. Now, which is the minimum value we are having? Which is the minimum value? We are having only one value, so we will select the same value, that is 11, that is D. Okay, D. So we selected all the vertices, right? We selected all the vertices. Now you write the distances. Now you write the distances from A to B. What is the distance from A to B?
Ten.
Huh? A to B, so it is 10. Right, very good. What is the distance from A to C?
5, sir.
5, very good. A to E, A to D?
11.
7, right. So A to E?
7.
A to E is 7, right? I hope all vertices has been finished, right? So these are the shortest paths we are having from source vertex to remaining all other vertices. Okay, now you just try to write a path. Okay, paths, right? Let us try to write a paths from A to E. What is the path we are having? A to E. We'll just check here. E has been selected here, right? E has been selected. Okay, so kindly observe here how to write a path. Now we are writing path from, let us take A to E. Now here you just observe E has been selected at this state, right? So here by this 7 E has been selected. Now you just check whether the value of E is when it changed from the previous step. You just see previously it was infinity, right? Previously it was infinity and now it is 7. So the previous step it has changed. Now in that step, which vertex is selected? Which vertex is selected? C, right? C is selected. Yes or no? C is selected. Now again, so we will make the pointer to point here. You kindly observe how to write a path. So here now you just check this C when it changed or in which stage it has changed. You just check the previous value of C. It is infinity. Yes, sir. Immediately from infinity to 5 it is changed. Now you go back to previous step. Okay. In that which vertex is selected? Vertex A is selected. Right? Vertex A is selected. Now is it a source vertex? Yes. So here first from E we have gone for C. Next from C we have gone for A. Is it right? Is it right? Kindly respond please. Is this a path is the shortest path from A to E? Kindly respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, because you just see. So here we are going and here we are coming. So it is the shortest path, right? It is the shortest path. Now here, that is what we are getting. So A to C we are going, right? And C to E we are coming. Okay, you can write this in a reverse order. Okay, so in this order we traced with the backward method, that is E to C we have gone, C to A we have gone, right? So the path, when we are writing the path, we can write like this. So A to C and C to E. So this is a path from A to C. Is it clear? Okay. So similarly, can you write a path from A to D? What is a path from A to D? Can you write a path from A to D? So when D is selected here, right? D is selected. Let us take this. Next, previously you check when it is changed. When it is changed, previously is what 13, now it is 11. So here only it is changed. In that step, which is selected, B is selected, right? So make the pointer to point here. Now when it is changed, when is this B changed? So previously it was same, so no change. Go to the previous step, again it is no change. Go for the previous step, again it is no change. So here it is changed, right? Here it is changed. So which vertex is selected there? A is selected. So now path is A to B, B to D. Now you just check whether through this path only we got the shortest distance. A to B, B to D. From that one only we are getting the shortest distance. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how we can write a path in a distress algorithm. Okay. Is it clear? So when in the examination, if it is asked, you should write both the shortest distances from source vertex to remaining all other vertices, as well as paths also you should write. Paths also you should write. Okay. Similarly, you write path from A to C and A to E also. Is it clear? Okay, you just try to write this one. Next, I will discuss what are the disadvantages we are having with respect to this distress algorithm. Okay, for example, let us consider we are having negative values. Okay, for example, let us consider we are having negative values. Okay, so this is 1. So 1 to 2, vertex 2 we are having, let us take 5, and here it is 10, here it is 1, and here it is -1. Okay, you just observe here we are having negative weights, right? In this particular graph, we are having negative weights. So let us take, I will take this 1 as a source vertex. Okay, I will take this 1 as a source vertex. So the distances are 0. So here it is 10, here it is 5, and here it is infinity, right? Here it is infinity. Yes or no? Now, which one I will select here? Which one I will select? Which one I will select? See, for the one fringent vertices are 2 and 3, right? So which one I should select now?
2.
2, because the weight of 2 is very less. Okay, so let us take, I will select this 2. Okay, I will select 2. So 2 is selected, right? Now, can I update this value of sorry, here it is no direction is there. Okay, so here it is no direction is there. Okay, so let us take a undirected graph only. Okay, can I update this value here now? So 2 is selected, right? So now once 2 is selected, now next, can I update the values? Can I update the values of this 3 and 4?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the value of 4 now?
4.
So the value will be 4, right? The value will be 4. Now here it is 10 only. Now which is minimum? Which is minimum? 4, right? So I will select this vertex. Okay. So next is this I can update as 4 plus 1, 5 is less than 5 is less than 5 is less than 10, yes. So I can update this as 5. So I can select this vertex 3, right? Yes or no? Okay.
Yes.
So now with negative values also, with negative values also, it is working, right? With negative values. So here negative weights are there. So it is working. Okay. It is working. The same graph I will rewrite with a directed graph. So 1 to 2 there is 5 and here it is 3. Okay, so here it is 10. Here I will take 4, 1 and here it is -1. Now you just observe. So the same I will take this source vertex, so it will be 0 and here it will be 10, here it will be 5 and here it will be infinity, right? Now which one I can select? I can select this vertex 2, right? Because it is minimum. Yes, I selected. Okay. Next we are left with, can I update the remaining distances of this 4? Can I update this? No, because it is having direction from 4 to 2. Now we are having remaining is 10 and infinity, right? 10 and infinity is there. So I can select this 3. Now once I can select, since we are having edge from 3 to 4, I can update this distance of 4 as 10 plus 1, 11, right? I can update this as 11. Now I will select this 4. Since we are having an edge from 4 to 2, okay. Since I'm having an edge from 4 to 2 here, can I update this according to Dijkstra's? Once the vertex is selected, so we will not update the distance. So the distance we are getting for 2 is 5. Whereas from 4, if I update what I will get? 11 minus 1. 11 minus 1.
10.
10. So here again, if I try to update this 10, because 5 is less than 10, so we will not update, it will take 5. Suppose in case of -1, suppose if we are having this -10, I hope you are getting my point. In place of instead of -1, suppose if we are having this -10, then what will be the value of 2 now?
1.
What will be the value of 2 now?
1.
So the value of 2 will be 1, but previously we selected this 2 as with the distance of 5. Now which is better one? Whether 1 is better or 5 is better? If I update now this, then I will get the distance as 1 instead of 5, right? So 1 is shortest than 5. But since before only we selected this vertex 2, we cannot update this. Okay, we cannot update this. So hence this is a drawback. One drawback we are having with the case of Dijkstra's algorithm. Okay, means we can come to a conclusion that for negative weights, this Dijkstra's, okay, may work or may not work. Okay, for negative weights, this Dijkstra's algorithm may work or may not work. Is it clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what Dijkstra's algorithm we are having. I hope you are clear with how to solve Dijkstra's algorithm when undirected graph is given. Even you can use this tabular form for this undirected graph also. And yesterday I told this is one method. Yesterday I told you another method, right? So whichever method you will feel comfortable, you can use those methods to solve this one. But so here you should follow this relaxation method, relaxation rules. That is, if d of u plus the cost of u comma v is less than d of v, then you can update this d of v as d of u plus c of u comma v. Okay, so this one you should remember. If you remember this, then easily you can solve the Disras algorithm. Is it clear? Huh? And also one more thing. Today morning I just added the quiz for your MS Teams. I hope everyone got the notification, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Everyone? I hope everyone got the notification for that quiz. You try to answer that. So I hope 10 questions is there in that quiz. Okay. And the due date time is tomorrow at the end of the day. Okay. Is it clear? See, while calculating your continuous assessment marks, everything will be calculated. So kindly make sure that everyone will solve and you will turn in the MS Teams only. Don't send through WhatsApp or don't message me. So you just solve the quiz and you just enter your answers there itself. Okay. Is it clear?